Hello and welcome to the Nerd Age Podcast. This is a show where we talk about almost everything nerdy. My name is Jonah, and I'm with Corey.
Yo.
And Josh.
What's up?
Hey, we're so glad you're here joining us for this episode of the Nerd Age Podcast. We're going to start with Summer Games Fest information and news that dropped, and the Nintendo Direct that dropped yesterday.
Lots of games news.
We're going to start with that, and then after that, we're going to jump into Acolyte Episode 4. But I'm just going to throw it over to Corey and Josh. Let's start with Summer Games Fest because I didn't follow much of that, and you guys probably did more than I did. So where do you guys want to start?
Yeah, I didn't get to catch it live. I've been pretty busy at work, honestly, but I looked up a bunch of stuff after the fact and kind of looked up some notable things, but I don't know if Josh has the list.
Oh, Josh got the list.
But yeah, I do love Summer Games Fest, and they had some pretty cool ones.
The very first announcement they made was that also came out on the Nintendo Direct was Lego Horizon Adventures, which is a Lego game, but it's in the Horizon Forbidden West universe.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited about it because it's co-op.
No,
So I was
good.
like,
Yeah,
oh, that'll be, just like every Lego game. Lego games are super fun. Just playing with another person is pretty cool.
So is it going to be like the smash the bricks, get all the little...
Yeah.
So it's like you run around and and then obviously they're all, it's basically in the Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool. That was one of the things that I thought, that, two of the interests. I really like the Horizon Forbidden West games, and I really like Lego. So
it's a fusion.
The best of both worlds.
That's right.
They did also, and I thought this was kind of funny. Cool. They announced Harry Potter Quidditch Champions as a separate game. So people were pretty upset when, in the Hogwarts Legacy game, when that came out, they were like, there's no Quidditch. What's going on? I was like, well, they're making a separate game just focused specifically on Quidditch. And that's why it probably wasn't in Hogwarts Legacy, because they're like, we're going to double
dip.
Didn't they have like a story beat in the Quidditch game though? I'm pretty sure they did.
I'm not sure. I never played it.
They did. I didn't play it either,
but you couldn't play Quidditch.
Yeah. It was just like, maybe it might have been QTEs.
Oh, no. I think they outlawed Quidditch.
Oh, really?
Yes. There's a story beat that's like,
oh yeah,
no more Quidditch.
Oh,
and that's how they get around.
Something happened, and he was a part of it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice. That's how they got around it.
Like,
ban it.
It's banned, dude.
For that year. Nice.
But yeah, there was quite a few, a lot of indie games actually. So have you guys ever seen Choo Choo Charles? The game Choo Choo Charles?
Nope.
Yeah.
It's like a demonic train that travels around. And so that's a game. It's made by a dude in Seattle, I think. He's the only guy that made it.
That's the one where you have to like run away from it?
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen stuff on.
Yeah, I've seen stuff on
videos
it too.
So he's working on a new game called Cuff Bust. And you're basically like these aliens that need to break out of jail. It looked like one of those super random things. Like we gotta bust out, dude.
What was that jail show you guys
Prison
watched?
Break?
Prison Break.
But alien style. We got to go back into jail. That's number 2.
Do we need to have a Prison Break specific episode for the Nerd Age podcast where we talk about everything
Schofield,
Prison Break related?
Everything Prison Break. That's how you have to do the intro, though.
Schofield.
They announced Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
He's back.
He's back,
That's
baby.
actually crazy.
If you really like that,
homie's so smart. He's done 7 of them, bro, and that's not counting all the other Sid Meier's games he's done. Like
but what
that pirate one?
what do you keep doing?
What civilization are you doing
keep
now?
buying them, bro.
All civilizations. I never got into
Civilization.
It's a remake.
Yeah, like
it's just better
updated graphics,
bigger, better AI, different options. I don't know.
Huh.
People love those games, man.
They do.
Seriously, I have a relative who it's like Bree's uncle, and he doesn't play Civ 6. He plays Civ 5. He knows what he likes, and he's mastered the game. So he plays like the hardest computers, and he dominates them. And he has these strats, and he does it, and
that's crazy.
He'll talk to me about it. He'll be like, "Oh, you make games, right?" I'm like, "Nope, but
close enough."
Sure. He's like, "Let me tell you."
When I harvested that,
it's awesome. He's so funny. But yeah, they're on 7. That's crazy. Cool. Joel likes those.
Yeah,
Joel does like those
Joel
games.
loves Sid Meier. What else?
Another
Brother
one.
of Fred.
Fred Meyer.
Fred Meyer. Sid Meier.
Great joke. And Oscar.
Oscar
yeah,
Mayer
sure.
Wiener.
Oscar Meyer, Fred Meyer, and
Sid Meier.
All spelled differently, but that's cool. They announced Monster Hunter Wilds.
Oh, dude. See, I'm stoked for this one, though. But
yeah.
we're not getting it for a long time.
Yeah. So, I mean, the graphics look really cool on that one.
It looks sick.
They did a trailer with some gameplay, actually. So,
That's the game I was thinking about that I might be able to play with Crystal if I could get her into it. Because they're going to do cross-platform. So Xbox,
go.
PS5, and PC will all be being able to play with each other. That would be sick. It looks really good. The graphics look dope. Like that toad. You see that toad? That toad slobbering, big old tongue. It looked sick, man. Like literally and figuratively.
the Dune Awakening, which they did a story trailer basically for that one. And basically the story is what would have happened if Paul was never born, essentially.
Alternate.
So it's like an alternate universe type of thing. But that's a MMO.
Is it lame though? Because you don't like the fact that Warcraft 4 is World of Warcraft and that's canon. Wouldn't it have been better if that was an alternate reality
universe.
and then you got your
Absolutely.
RTS version of it?
yeah.
That's what they're doing here. They're not touching the movie and the story.
Yeah, but I want
Let them
I
play.
want Pesky Paul to be.
We get a bad deal. We're gonna get a better deal, dude. That's such a funny video.
But yeah, it
This
seems.
game actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see kind of what.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
they
what
haven't
they're
shown
doing
much
with the
gameplay.
TV show?
No, the TV show's way
Oh,
before.
way
That's a
before.
prequel.
Oh, prequel.
Yeah, so I'll be interested to see what the gameplay looks like because we haven't really seen much, and this is the
Sandbox,
first
open
story
world,
trailer.
Survival.
Yeah, MMO.
Sandbox,
Made-
literally.
Man,
Whoa,
that's pretty good,
Yeah.
man. That's a good joke. One of the best jokes. It's also done by the studio that made Conan Exiles, I think it's called, or Conan I think it's Conan Exiles, and that's an open world sandbox. So they've got the experience. They're going to be able to like really pin it down really early. Like it's not. I don't think you're going to be buying like this early release game that's like super glitchy and stuff. I think they're probably going to reuse like the backdoor code of Conan, but. So there's a lot of I have confidence in this game actually because of that. They're very well versed in it. And my friend, he's stoked to play it. I was like, why? He's like, it looks so sick. One of my friends from Florida, he's just stoked.
loves Dune, dude.
Loves
Yeah.
Dune.
There's
Florida. Same.
there were a bunch of other announcements. Jonah, you mentioned this one, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind.
Bro, it looks
Arcade game?
awesome. We gotta one of us
looks
has to
sick.
buy it.
Yeah,
And we gotta have like a game night. That'll be
Yeah.
so fun. It's like kids out there who might be listening. You know, back in the day, we actually used to go to arcades and we used to have a ton of fun playing co-op beat 'em up games like The Simpsons and X-Men. And this looks exactly like it. Like it looks like 90s graphics.
the X-Men game.
Yeah, it looks exactly like the X-Men game. And it looks really smooth and it looks really good. It's Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Yeah,
It's
looks pretty sick.
Pretty dope. I definitely want to try it. Is it on multiple platforms or
I think it is.
it's gotta be
yeah.
multiple, right?
I mean, you got to be able to play that on the Switch. It's right up my alley.
It's made for the Switch. Did they say if there's online multiplayer or was that just only couch co-op?
I think it's online.
Okay, that's kind of crazy. Nice.
And then the last one is an indie game called Neva. So it's the same guys that made Gris. It's another side scroller kind of puzzle game, but it looks really cool. The art's really cool. That's just one. I'm a sucker for those games that look really nice. So check that one out. That one looks pretty cool.
I bet you would like some of the games that we've played that are kind of indie games like Ember Knights and stuff like that where like they're called roguelites where you're trying to make this run and every time you kind of gain power and it's co-op. I think they're fun. Kind of like what's that side scrolling game we'd play where there were knights, different colored knights and I could like
Castle Crashers.
Castle Crashers. It feels like that. I love those type of games, man. I'm such a sucker for that genre, and that's why I'm stoked about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game. Because I'm like, it's the same kind of vibes.
Yeah,
dude, I'm Red Ranger, bro. You can be Green Ranger. You're Yellow Ranger.
I'll take blue.
You want to be blue? You want to be Bobby?
Yeah.
Bobby.
I'll take Billy.
Bobby.
But
the other thing I saw, just real quick, I saw that they confirmed that in the Star Wars game that Lando's going to be in it, at least to some degree.
You have to pre-order though
to get the Lando edition. Yeah. It's $120 to see Lando in one mission. No, just joking.
Yeah, because that's the other thing. They showed gameplay of Outlaws. Did you guys get a chance to look at it at all?
See it.
Yeah, I saw it. I said, I'm going to be sick.
Did they fix her hair?
No, her hair is the same. It looks pretty fun. I think when I saw the trailer, I was just kind of like, okay,
yeah,
that's a Star Wars game.
Yeah.
But like seeing the gameplay, it actually got me a little more excited. Just seeing the different outcomes that you can have of like, I'm going to kill this dude or I'm going to help him out, and that'll help your renown with the different syndicates. That's kind of interesting. I'm curious to see how that plays out. Yeah. Like, will you completely lock yourself out of quests if you're like, I'm all the way in with Black Sun and I'm not doing anything with the huts? Will that lock you out of certain? But I guess that makes it more replayable, because then you can say, oh, I'm going to play it again, but I'd like to unlock these quests, so I'm going to do hut specific quests. That. So that sounds more fun to me. And then I did like the space battle stuff, which you're going to hate, dude, because
headache.
You're going to...
I saw it and I was like,
Jonah's dead, dude. Die. You can't even... Because basically what happens is like when you travel to another planet, it's like you start in orbit and then you're flying through. And basically in the gameplay, it was like someone had a distress call that was like, I'm being attacked by pirates. And so you could either help them out or just keep going. So they end up helping him out, destroying the pirate skiffs or whatever. And then they gained renown from, I think,
space dogfighting is
like spinning around. Did you play Battlefront 2? You couldn't.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you played like Rogue Squadron.
You played
back in N64 days.
Back in the day.
You played Star Fox, right? You played Star Fox multiplayer?
I played back when you had Battlefront 2 or this new one.
Yeah.
I came over and I played, and then we tried doing one, and after like 5 minutes,
threw
I was
up
like,
everywhere.
I can't do this anymore. I'm out.
Instantly.
I gotta be a ground unit. Always.
But yeah, I think the gameplay looks interesting. Like I said, sucks for you.
Why? I feel like I still need to see more. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I want more. I guess that's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I guess
me to consider buying it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not convinced by the main character is my thing. Whenever I've seen a trailer,
the main character's like story or what?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like with Cal
didn't
Kestis,
win you over or
I feel
whatever.
like with the Fallen Order, from the beginning it was like, oh, he's a Jedi that's in hiding, and I was like,
and he's a redhead, and you know what I mean. He's got a lot of things going against him.
Yeah, but I feel like the story was like, hey, it's a cool story to tell. Like, you're running from the Inquisitors.
Yeah, he's hiding in a junkyard.
To me, that already was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, the hook.
Even though I've seen her multiple times, I'm not convinced on the story. Where I'm like, it just seems like, I don't know. So that's, to me, is what's hasn't gotten me interested. If it was Han Solo, that might be a little different. Where it's like, oh, you get to play as Han Solo, but it's just some random...
But you might see Lando Calrissian.
You might be. I mean...
Is that cool?
I guess.
Only if I get to romance him, you know?
That'd be awesome. He probably would. He's a player. He's a player.
Yeah, for me, that's what the issue with the game.
I don't think that's the issue. You can't play it. Okay, let's be honest.
Yeah, but I'm saying
that's not the main issue. Let's talk about the core issue.
I'm not excited about the story yet because I haven't heard enough of
Valid.
Was there anything that you heard about? Because there was also the Xbox Games Showcase.
What was that face you just did?
I was thinking, New World is an older game.
Yep.
Which I played a ton of. Super fun game. But they've been like making some changes to the game. I haven't been keeping up too much, but they announced that they're making that game cross-platform and they're pushing it to PS5 and Xbox, which is immediately going to cause a giant resurgence in that game. And that game is fun. Some of the most fun I've had, because they have some really cool mechanics where, like, if you go prone, like if you lay on the ground and hide in grass, your name goes away. So you can like have like a dude go out there that looks really weak. Like I'd have Joby go out there and run in front of like 3-4 dudes, but I have my whole crew with me, laying in the grass, snake in the grass, and he's like, runs to us, and then we go da da da, and we come out guerrilla warfare style, and then we destroy them. It's awesome. There's a lot of potential in that game, and I feel like they've only had like time to just work on it. So maybe this might be the time where I go back to the game.
Yeah, because I think they're doing some type of expansion, right, or new content at least.
Oh yeah. So it'll be cool. I think I'll go back to it. I think it was in the fall, like October or September or something like that. So when that comes out, I think I'll be trying it out.
Nice.
You like that face?
I do.
That's the sketch face. That's what.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then real quick for some of the stuff that, because Xbox did their showcase also, so they announced a new Doom game, which actually takes place it's called Doom: The Dark Ages. So it's like medieval.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. You got like a chainsaw shield. So if you like the Doom game, it looks kind of fun actually. But if you're into the Doom games, which I can't remember the last time I played a Doom game, maybe N64.
There's one other thing I missed is that Pal World they're releasing a giant patch.
Yeah, new island.
New island. Also just new everything. They're just doing a bunch of stuff.
New Pokemon,
right. New gear, new buildings, new bosses, new pals. I mean Pokemon, which is pretty cool. That game was really fun. I played a ton of it, so it's great.
And then
no lawsuit so far. Pretty crazy,
dude. It is crazy, dude.
Maybe they had like a settlement.
Yeah,
it's like, dog, here's 30%, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's what I would do if I was Pokemon, dude.
It is crazy that there has not been a lawsuit. That's insane.
Straight up, one of those guys looked exactly like Garchomp. I was just like, that is Garchomp reskin. That is crazy.
It's funny.
It was a fun game, dude.
And then, yeah, the last two Xbox, or there was other announcements, a new like trailer for the Indiana Jones game. But the last two things that I thought were interesting was two older franchises that haven't had a new game, or at least a new mainline one in a while, and that's Fable.
Right.
So the new Fable game's coming out.
I remember they teased that in the last whatever. But it was just a title. That's all it was.
Yep, that's all they said. It was like a voiceover, I think. So this one they showed not really gameplay, more like a cinematic.
I'll have to check that out.
More of the same of like, it was like a setup story of like, basically a guy telling a story about like, oh, this is a person
would you call it a fable?
Yeah, exactly. But that's a game that I remember playing at your house with White Balverine, dude.
And the only reason why I had it is because I borrowed an Xbox from BJ, so I didn't even own an Xbox.
Yeah,
but I liked that game so
Fable
much.
was a lot of fun.
Can I play that game? He's like, dude, it was sick.
Yeah, it was like, I feel like pretty early on in the games where it was like your choices matter, so you could kill everybody and you would slowly get like horns basically, because if you got that evil.
Gets white and pale.
Did you play Fable?
Nope.
You would have liked it, I think.
Are you kidding me?
It's fun game.
Fable?
It's fun game.
Guys, I was already working by the time you guys were still playing video games.
Oh, get out of here, dude. I
have
was
3
working
jobs.
too.
Dude, we play games while we work.
But yeah, so Fable's coming up.
Worked at the same. Well, okay.
Pinecone Factory.
Yeah, bro.
That was
2025.
after, wasn't it after Pinecone?
It was before, I think.
No, it wasn't before Pinecone.
When was
Fable?
Oh, look it up. You little jerk.
He's making it up. And then the next one is Gears of War E-Day, so Emergence Day. It's a prequel. Takes place during when the Locust first come up from the ground. So that's kind of one of those franchises.
2004, bro. That was when we were sophomores, you little numbnuts. Don't question me about video games.
Where's your Fable 2, though, right? Fable 2?
There was a Fable 2.
Yeah, that's the one you guys played.
No, it was Fable 1, because Fable 2 wasn't as good as Fable
1 was so much better than Fable 2. Fable 2 sucked.
But yeah, so a new Gears of War game with the original Marcus Phoenix as the main character. So kind of going back to the well a little bit.
They got to do something while they're doing that live action as well, right?
Yeah, that's true. So that'll be kind of interesting.
Tandem.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much covers Summer Games Fest. There was a bunch of other announcements, so if there was something that you thought was interesting, let us know.
Yeah.
Literally, it was like an hour of all sorts of different announcements, different shows. I didn't watch Day of Devs, which was mostly
I didn't either.
like behind the scenes of like new games that are mostly indies. But yeah, there's always just a bunch of cool announcements happening. So if there's a game you're interested in or thought was cool, let us know. But yeah, then there was the Nintendo Direct.
Ooh, but this was big.
This one
Not
was
as
big.
many.
Huge.
It was huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
They did straight up from the beginning. They're like, Nintendo Direct tomorrow. We're not announcing Switch 2, so don't get your hopes up.
Dude, they're so smart about it. They're so smart, dude. It's good. Like, I feel like they've ascended past the other like studios, and they're just like, "Yo, guys,
We just do
we're
what we
human
do.
beings,
Yeah.
just like you. Okay, we're gonna just level with you.
Yeah.
Hey, Switch 2, not announced, but guess what? We got some more Wii Sports. Another sport's going to be
sir.
added.
Ever heard of basketball? But like when he for free, by the way.
Yeah, up to,
Hey,
I
we-
got to get that game. I don't have it.
I have it, and I
we
was
should.
like, I think I missed the golf update, which is I was waiting
That's
for
what I wanna get
golf.
for
Golf is
golf.
fun.
Oh, golf is good. Yeah. That's how real golf is. But no, they're the type of company like when Animal Crossing, they're like, hey, just so you guys know, we're not going to overwork our employees.
Yeah,
It's going to be delayed for 3 months or something like that. It's like,
I guess that makes sense.
yeah, it's like that's
Like they have families,
good.
they have lives.
That's literally what they said.
Like,
It's
okay.
like, yeah, hey, dog, relax. All right, chill.
It was still a good Nintendo Direct.
It was a really
dropped
good
some
Nintendo
good-
Direct. Was there?
some good
so
stuff.
I'll say people lost their minds, actually. There's some announcements that you guys are like, probably like, whatever. But those announcements were wild and unexpected. And some people got caught off guard big time. I'm talking about like the Marvels, like the fighting games.
The
stuff.
Capcom versus
The
Marvel.
Capcom versus Marvel.
Yeah.
People lost it. I saw like a guy streaming while he was like he like started crying.
Yeah.
No way, they're actually doing it. Nintendo's getting it. And then when they said like online multiplayer, like competitive, they're like, no way. Like he lost it, dude.
The one
It was crazy.
Yeah, the one I thought was cool too was the Dragon Quest.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I love the remake of it. I'm like, it looks really cool.
You'd never play it.
I totally will play it.
A JRPG.
Yeah, why not, bro? I used to
'Cause you
watch Dragon Quest when I was a kid in
Yeah,
Mexico.
but you didn't play JRPGs at all ever. Did you ever touch Final Fantasy?
No.
Yeah.
But I played Golden Sun.
Oh, look
Did
at
you
that.
actually?
Yeah, I beat the first one.
You beat it?
Yeah.
Okay,
The first one.
I take it back.
Yeah.
I take it back.
I didn't beat the second one.
That's fine. That's enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks really cool.
And I will say, I think that game and that franchise is way bigger in some other countries, like
Yeah.
Japan
Yeah.
and stuff like that, way bigger. So, and when you think about it, they're probably one of the first trailblazers for that genre also. Not the first, but one of the. So that's just kind of cool that they're doing that. They're actually releasing
Yeah.
it. That's cool.
And the
It's an
big
old
one
franchise.
is the Zelda. Well, one of the big ones is the new Zelda game. That is for the first time you're going to be able to play as Zelda.
Yeah.
And rescue Link. So I
so
thought
funny.
I thought the gameplay of that was interesting and cool. When they were like, "Oh, you."
When
You're
you're just
not
putting
gonna
like
use a
tables
sword.
out there. Bloop, 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 bloop.
No, but when it was the aspect of like you can summon
Other
you can
things.
basically summon bad guys that you defeat,
Yeah.
and then they fight for you. I was like, that's cool. That's a cool little dynamic. It reminded me. It kind of feels like they took ideas from Tears of the Kingdom, where
Well,
it's like you
what
can
I was
kind of
gonna
do
say-
your own thing, make your own
Yeah.
thing, find your ways around things. And this was like, how can we do that in this game with like just summon things? Like you want to put beds and tables together to reach a spot, go for it.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was kind of inspired by Breath of the Wild, by Tears of the Kingdom.
We talked about this earlier, but we asked the questions like, okay, they found great success in
Great success.
That's what too. In kind of opening it up and letting people just do whatever they want, even though there are some things that Nintendo's probably uncomfortable with, but they give up freedom for the players to have more fun. And it's like, that's cool because it seems like they're kind of embracing it a little bit. Not as crazy, but to some degree, it's still there.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to make a wiener in this game.
Well, I'm just wondering.
Like you didn't Tears of the
Can
Kingdom.
you? No. I'm wondering, like, are they just going to keep going that direction? You know what I
like
mean?
more freedom as far as like,
I wonder.
I think the craziest thing is like,
I think the craziest one was Metroid, but
but I do think it's crazy playing like Zelda. That's a cool, like that's kind of what I expected out of Tears of the Kingdom. I was like,
and
I'm gonna play Zelda.
My prediction is this is just a tease to eventually get a co-op Zelda game where you play as Link and Zelda. Like if you did that in the Tears of the Kingdom sequel or something like that, you know, there were rumors that could you play both characters. That might be an interesting thing. I know they've done, you know, Four Swords and that kind of stuff. Yeah. But if there's a way to do, even if it's not co-op, but you can interchange both characters, switch off, that would be interesting. And I think Nintendo is always interested in doing something different, and that might be the next step.
Well, I really think so. I think the next step is a not Zelda game. Does that make sense? Like, you're in the world of Hyrule, but you're not playing as Link.
But you have guns.
You have guns.
It's like Power World, but with Zelda.
Yeah, you have guns. Race car. No. I'm saying, like, here's the deal.
So you work at Lon Lon Ranch.
Right. No.
You're a stable hand?
I don't think they would do it, but I think they should. Multiplayer in Breath of the Wild is a modded thing that people do, and it's super cool. Imagine, like, Tears of the Kingdom, being able to build with your bros. You know what I'm saying?
Massive robots.
Yeah. Like a it's like a Power Ranger, like multi-mech. I control the legs, you control the arms, and let's go. I think there's this untapped market that they could totally tap into where it's kind of like, just like, think of Minecraft, where you're all working together, you can have fun.
Yeah.
And it's in the world of Hyrule. I mean, if they're open to doing a live action, I feel like they're getting more open to other ideas than just the linear storyline, do the quests, save Zelda at the end. So I don't know, but it's encouraging nonetheless. It is very cool that you're going to be playing as Zelda.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I like the graphic style.
Yeah.
I do like that style.
It looks fun.
When they did Link's Awakening, I really like that game. And so the fact that they're going back with that, we talked about in the past if they were going to do more remakes. Once they released that one, and it was like, are they going to do like more of the, you know, the Minish
Link
Cap
to the
and
Past,
those, and so the fact that they did a brand new game with it makes total sense because it was like probably didn't cost as much. They already have all the. It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same engine. It looks like
so.
I mean, props to them for making a new game because I would have been like, well, here's the thing. They could have been like, we just re-released Link to the Past in the same style. I'd be like, okay, I'm buying it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Guys are like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And
dude.
I may have to buy that Switch Lite.
No,
don't do that. You know that
there's a Switch 2 coming out.
So?
It weighs too much. Get out of here.
I will say
it's cheap, probably. So
that's true. The other game that looked pretty interesting, I don't know if you saw the Tales of the Shire.
Yeah,
it was like a Lord of the Rings game. So I was like, people would probably people
but you
enjoy
won't
that.
like it because it has farming in it.
I won't like it because I don't like doing chores in my video games. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing that I thought was interesting. Because I was like, is it like Stardew Valley? You know, kind of that aspect. But what I did find interesting, which I didn't get from the other announcement trailer, was the whole point is you get ingredients to cook a meal to get certain people to come to your house. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
No, I'm just saying, like,
put that quote on the box.
And that aspect,
that's kind of cool.
So I'm just like, okay,
cooking to get boys.
Last time I made mushrooms and fish. Maybe I'm gonna add a little spice to it, and maybe if I get that old reluctant Proudfoot from down the lane to come up my house to visit. You know?
Maybe Gandalf will visit us.
Exactly.
Maybe that's the ultimate one.
Get some old Toby. You know? Anyways, I think it's kind of interesting. I don't know if I like the
Style.
The style.
Yeah, I don't like the style.
If
personally.
it was, yeah,
They turned me off. Turned off. Didn't like it. It is okay.
but we'll see.
Whatever.
And then, yeah, I mean, I think
I don't care about graphics.
I think the biggest announcement was
Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Party.
Jamboree.
Bringing back old
That looks sick.
games. Mario Party
21 players
That's
online.
It's a smart play.
That would be crazy. We should do that.
We should do
That'd
that.
be crazy.
But yes,
No. But really, the craziest announcement was
Can I say it yet?
you don't have another one.
Donkey Kong. 3D
Donkey
remake.
Kong 3D remake.
the
Yeah,
craziest
that was pretty
announcement
crazy.
there.
Oh my gosh.
But really, though, the craziest announcement was
The Academy Defenders
What?
game.
What?
The guy that was like, the 100 days in the academy or whatever.
Oh, you mean the 100 line last defense
that was,
academy?
oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
As I'm reading it. It's a long title.
Good eye, dude.
Thanks, man.
Oh, holy smokes.
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
one
that
I
looks
had.
crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
No, but really, the craziest announcement was Metroid Prime 4.
Oh
Obviously.
my gosh.
How many years has it been since they announced it?
So they said
30?
No, it's been 100 years. They first announced it
millennia.
in 2017 at E3. They just said
Holy smokes. I think I remember watching
at the end of
that.
E3 they were like, and we're
Oh, so
working
it's been
on
7 years.
Metroid Prime 4, and they put a logo up, and people were like, yeah.
That's all it was just the 4.
Ooh. And then 2 years later, they were like, we're restarting development on Metroid Prime 4.
I remember that.
So they completely scrapped what they were working on. It's now under a different studio. And this is like the first news we've had
Dude.
since then.
I saw a social media post where someone was like, no way I witnessed this man pass out when they announced Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, so we got our first look at the gameplay of Metroid Prime 4, which basically looks the same as what you've expected from Metroid Prime. First person.
First person.
You were
I immediately got a headache when he turned into the ball. When she turned into the ball and started going, I was like, oh, I remember this game.
But yeah, it looked cool. And then my favorite thing about the Metroid Prime games was scanning everything. Like you could scan like the people on the ground, and so like
It
looks
looks
like
how he died.
yeah, exactly. It's like
Yeah.
oh, he looks like there's some type of wound. You know what I mean? It was almost like you were doing detective work
Yeah.
or figuring out who killed them and stuff like that. So that looks like it's going to be still a part
I
of
mean,
it.
figuring out who killed them. It was the guys that come running after you with guns.
Well, after, you know what I'm saying? He didn't know that before then.
You never know.
But yeah, I thought it looked really good. I thought the graphics looked good. I'm curious to see, what else they show us, what kind of different
I
gameplay
do
or
have some
aspects we have.
information for you
Okay.
that maybe you guys don't know. Some people started saying that was that demo run.
Sorry.
on-
Is this information or rumors?
This is information.
Okay.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. Heard it here first.
Some people were saying was that the Switch 2 that it was
It
running.
was running on.
And so
So some people said that.
So-
and this is official news.
this is official news.
Ah, sick. Okay,
Some
that's how that works.
Some people were saying that, and so IGN asked a company that analyzes video games and stuff and can tell you what it's basically running on.
Okay.
And they were saying, like, based on all their information, that was running on the Switch, not a better. It was like
It wasn't a 3DS?
it wasn't a new console, because they're like, you could still see in certain parts the frame rate would kind of go down just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's a Switch for sure.
Like what it was pushing.
Running
So they're
15
like,
FPS, bro.
so they were so
Switch for
that
sure.
makes me, I guess, excited, because I'm like, okay,
That's gonna be sooner
because
than
if
later.
that would have been the Switch 2, then I'm like, the graphics aren't really that much better.
Right.
But the fact that it's still on the Switch, that means
Mm-hmm.
the Switch 2 is going to be a step up, in my opinion.
Did they give a date?
They said 2025.
Okay.
But
So 2025
with Nintendo.
the last hurrah of the Switch. And
yeah,
crazy.
which is kind of crazy. I thought we'd get 20. I think we maybe even said we took bets. We placed our
2026.
bets. We said 2025.
I said 2025, probably.
I think so. The year of the Switch.
Yeah.
It'll be 2025, 2026.
So the question is, Josh, are you actually going to buy it and play it?
Yeah, I will buy it.
I mean, look at his shirt.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Metroid.
Did you do that on purpose today?
No, it was in the dryer. But I did see it and I was like, Metroid
That's
Day.
Good timing.
I kind of hope they re-release. So they re-released Metroid Prime. They remastered it.
Yeah.
I bought it. Haven't played it yet. Obviously, because I'm a Nintendo guy. You know, Nintendo puts something out, and I'm
You
like,
buy it and you don't.
and
play
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that.
I'll support it.
I support Nintendo.
Bro,
I hope
me buying another Switch.
So I hope they re-release 2 and 3, because I don't think I ever actually played 3, which was Corruption, if I'm not mistaken. I played Echoes. If you want to buy those games on the GameCube, they're like a ridiculous amount of money for whatever reason.
classics.
So hopefully they re-release them, and then I'll be ready to roll into Metroid Prime 4. You know what I'm saying?
I will say that, you know, Nintendo fans and PC fans aren't too different after all, because PC people, they'll find like some mad like sales on Steam and they'll just buy up a ton of games for like $5-10. And you know, when you go on the eShop, an e-store, and you're like, oh man, this is like 50% off. Boom, boom, just grab them all. It's the same. We're not so different after
Cut
all.
from the same cloth.
It's true. It's true. You know, what else was there? Was there anything else from it on Nintendo Direct, or is that pretty much it?
That was pretty much it. I mean, the Mario and Luigi game.
Oh yeah, there's what was it called? Like
Brothership.
Yeah.
Brothership. Nice.
The Mario Party we already talked about, and I think that's basically the big
More
ones.
games, more fun, more party.
Yeah, that's gonna do it for our first half of the show. We're gonna jump in now to The Acolyte, episode 4. That's the trophy. Corey's gonna paint. Whoever gets the predictions right is gonna take that awesome Yoda trophy home.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
Yoda
gonna lose, but which I'm upset about.
Are you sure about
'cause That's
that?
a cool trophy. Yeah, because I went back and looked at my things.
Oh,
I've got 2 that are. Everything else is kind of like, oh, I can see it going either way, but then the 2 that I got Octu and the Porg showing up.
That was rough.
Yeah. I mean, the Porg could show up. We could, I mean, just a
4 more
random
episodes.
but we'll see. But we're gonna jump into episode 4. Spoilers. Actually, Corey might talk a little bit about the past episodes because he wasn't on our last episode where we talked about. But we're gonna start with episode 4.
Yeah.
Spoilers ahead. This episode to me felt a little janky. The opening with I can't remember her name.
May.
No, the other. What's the
OSHA.
OSHA.
Oh.
With OSHA saying goodbye
To the
Oh, was that the opening?
The Padawan.
I was like, they made it seem like they had a relationship. Like, hey, thank you so much. Like, I would just want to say goodbye. I was like, you had like one scene together. So that just felt a little out of place to me. That I was like, it was a little unnecessary. I know they're trying to, you know, hey, well, we've been here a while. Say goodbye. They do the whole point of her being like, I'm not going to say goodbye to Master Soul. That was the whole point of that conversation. But it just felt like, when did this happen? When did they get close? It just felt a little weird to me.
Oh, you could say it's forced for sure, because that's how I felt.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they had no history. Yord and her have a lot of history,
Yeah.
and they addressed that. So it's like, maybe he
yeah.
should have been the one that she talked with about it. I know he's stern and stuff like that, but like, I don't know. They have a history together, and they were with each other since younglings and whatnot, you know? But
Yeah, because I feel like they've only had one other interaction,
Yeah, and
that was like on the ship, right? And they were kind of talking about, I don't know, they had like a little back and forth.
yeah.
She was talking about why she was a mech tech or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like they've had a conversation before, but like, yeah, I don't think not anything where I would have been like, they're besties now.
Yeah, it just felt weird.
It seemed
to
like
me.
it seemed like we were missing at least 1 or 2 other scenes of them interacting.
And I thought it was a little unnecessary. Like, you know, I thought it was a cool scene to see like Padawans training. That was kind of cool. But I do think like that conversation was more based to be like, she's leaving and she didn't say goodbye to Soul. Like that was kind of like the point of it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you could have done that in any other way. It just felt a little weird. The other thing,
I don't think it was like anything terrible.
No,
but
it's a
just
nitpick. It's a nitpick.
It felt clunky.
Yes,
Yeah,
McClunky.
like McClunky.
The next scene we kind of get is Vanistra talking to Kiadi shows up.
That mother has not changed a bit, has he?
So
Hasn't aged.
so people are freaking out.
Oh yeah, dude.
People are freaking out because they're like, he shouldn't be alive at that point. He wasn't born yet. But
According to what?
No, and
According to
a line
what?
that
according
he
to
says.
legends.
Well, and the
Exactly.
line that he said.
Guess what?
And the line that he said, where, oh, there hasn't been Sith for a millennium.
Right. Well, here's the thing.
So
For
people are
those
freaking
of
out.
you that are freaking out about that, I've got your answers right here. First off,
It's made up.
Chill.
It's
chill,
legends.
Chill.
no, yeah. First off, it's legends. So any information you're getting from when he was born
Right.
is not official canon. When Disney took over, they said legends is not canon. So they can rework when he was born and how long his species lives.
Okay, now address what he said.
So now I'm going to address what he said. In episode 1,
That's
when he
right.
says the Sith have not been around for
Millennia.
100 years. Okay, here's the thing. In that conversation they're having in the episode, they're not mentioning Sith whatsoever. They're looking at a hologram recording of May fighting. She's not fighting with a lightsaber. She's not fighting with anything like that. And he says she's obviously been trained. That's all they're saying.
Well, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
yet.
Yet, okay,
Yeah, and he could come out as not Sith, I guess, but we all know he's Sith.
but
But they
Am
don't
I
know.
right, men out there?
but they don't know. The people that are watching this are saying May murdered some Jedi. She's been trained, and they're trying to get to the bottom of who trained her. They're not. There's no reference of Sith ever. No one has ever said a Sith right now, except for
He's got a red lightsaber.
okay. But they haven't seen it yet. And here's the thing.
Yeah, but they got 4 more episodes, and he has 100 more years.
Okay, but he is not seeing the red lightsaber. What happens if all those people get killed?
You're right.
So that's what I'm
Get
saying.
rid
like,
of the evidence.
that's what I'm saying. There's still
End
time.
of show. End of the show.
There's still time for them to figure out a way that the people that are the acolyte and all this stuff, for them to not figure out it was a Sith.
If he slays out and kills
If he
all the
slays out-
characters.
But here's the other thing too. They might also do it where they're trying to keep it hidden because they're trying to not make it a big thing for the High Council, where Yoda's on.
Yoda.
Right. So
Yarl
there
poof.
might be a thing where
Can't wait to see Yoda. Oh boy.
Kiadi Mundi doesn't know what ends up happening with this whole situation. They just try to keep it quiet. I think that's a possibility.
Okay. We'll see, I guess.
At this point of the episode, no one has said, "Hey, that's a Sith."
Yeah, but he's got 100 years, bro. Like, there's more episodes, too.
I know, but I'm saying at this point, it hasn't broke canon.
Yeah.
Where everyone's
I
saying
mean,
like,
yes, but
everyone's
we're
been
not
saying
stupid.
it breaks canon. That's what they've been saying.
That's what they're
people
saying.
say.
That's what they're saying
it
on the
breaks canon.
streets,
And I'm
dude.
like, it hasn't.
Yeah, but-
not yet. It could. It could very well break canon, but right now, it has
Oh,
not.
I know what probably happened. The Men in Black guy is coming.
Yeah, there you
Erase
go.
his memory.
I mean, I always thought
solved.
Kiadi Mundi was a punk anyway, so
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was.
believe
Oh,
a single
he went out
word he
like a
says.
punk.
That's
too.
what I don't. That's what bothers me too. Is like all these people are like, how dare you? Just I was like, we've all hated Kiadi Mundi from the
He was like,
beginning.
he's a nobody.
We've made fun of his look, and now all of a sudden people are like,
come
oh my
in.
god,
Justice for
they
Kiadi.
did Kiadi dirty. I'm like, we've always hated that old fart.
Well, I don't think it helps that there's other drama going on with the show with woke stuff and whatever. You know, obviously we want to kind of traverse around it, but everyone's soured to it. It's at like 14% Rotten Tomatoes. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
they're just going to try to find any little
Right.
thing and rip it to shreds.
Yeah.
So they have this line, and I knew it. When I saw these posts, I saw it before I even watched the Acolyte. I was like, oh boy, here we go. These guys are going to take whatever they can and kind of rip it apart. But yeah. Anyway.
I think that scene's kind of interesting because you see that they're doing their Jedi thing of like, well, let's brush things under the rug a little bit. You know what I mean? So I'll be interested to see how that plays out a little bit more with Vanessa being like, hey guys, let's just keep this on the down low. All right. Okay, guys. We don't have to worry about the High Council or the Senate.
I mean, if he claims to be just like a dark user
Right.
and not I'm
a Sith Lord.
I'm not subscribed to the Sith ways.
Like and subscribe.
Easily avoided.
Yeah.
big deal. So
Yeah, and I feel like that's a pretty clear like line that's said that I would hope that the writers are like, you can write around that. You know what I mean? Like it's not hard to be like explain why he believes that instead of being like, we just overlooked it. It's not like he says that in the, you know what I mean?
Have they said anything about Sith yet?
I don't think they've mentioned
Not
Sith at all.
even,
they just said it.
Not even
I'm
Khmer.
Sith to my stomach. They said.
Not even
That's a Jonah.
Khmer or whatever his name is.
No, he just says master.
Yeah.
They just talk about master and apprentice and acolyte.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Well, I mean, also at the same time, like, I just want a good story. Like getting caught on these little things. Yeah, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're a shill for saying this," but it doesn't matter in the overarching like story of Acolyte. I more care about the story beats and if the emotion's there and if it connects and stuff.
Are you liking it so far?
I mean, I like some actors. I love Soul. He's a great
Yeah,
actor.
he's the best, I think.
I'm actually like not against Yord at all. I think he fulfills his role of kind of just
I think
like
he's pretty good.
the stern kind of big brother role, kind of like.
And I'll kind of defend
I
the
need your
actor.
gun.
I'll defend the actor because people are being like, he didn't. In an interview, he said that Anakin destroyed the Death Star.
Yeah.
And he's like, and so like when Anakin destroys the Death Star, and he keeps saying it, and I'm like,
but
like people are
Fire
like,
him.
destroying.
I want his head.
And I'm just like, come on, like
They're actors.
They're actors,
And they're
He's not
reading
a fan.
lines.
And the other thing is, like, yeah, there's some people that don't remember names well, and if he wasn't a Star Wars fan and watched it once, of course he like, come on, like it's not that big of a deal. You don't have to know every single thing. Like I mispronounce names all the time. I get names wrong all the time.
I can't even remember.
And I never mixed up Anakin and Luke, but I mean, there's some. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. People need to
You need to relax.
leave him alone.
But on his acting aspect of it, I think he's done a pretty good job. The main character, I think she's doing okay. Like I don't have any like huge gripes of like, oh my gosh, terrible delivery. I think some of the lines they give them aren't the best. There's some interactions that I'm just like, it's okay. Maybe lacking in some emotion, but like the lines themselves.
Yeah.
But as far as delivery and acting, yeah, I don't know. I'm not like, oh, they're terrible. Like C tier actors. No.
No, I think it's been good.
They're good.
The other thing about this episode, I'm a little bummed. In our predictions we had, would we see a Wookiee take someone's arm off? And they kill my boy.
Not yet, dude.
They kill my boy.
There's still a flashback.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna.
I'm glad I said no on that.
Take a witch's arm off.
So he's dead.
It looks like it. Sure seems like it.
No pulse was checked.
He looks pretty dead.
No
Yeah.
pulse was checked.
No pulse was checked.
No, and he just had a slash.
I'm gonna be honest. If it was by lightsaber, which it kind of looked weird, I didn't even. Was it lightsaber? I don't even know.
It looked like
It looked like a lightsaber. It's
burned
like-
there.
But it looked kind of like open wounded, like it's supposed
Yeah.
to cauterize, guys. And I'm just saying it wasn't that deep.
They should have cut his head off.
I think he's alive.
You think
Just
he'll make
see
it back?
His head's just on the
Yeah,
ground.
but I wasn't
She, like-
expecting that.
She like opens the door and it like hits the head.
I actually, yeah. It was like
You
a
actually
doorstop.
were expecting it?
No, I actually liked that because it was unexpected of like, oh, he's, I mean, as soon as I saw him
he
sitting in the
didn't
chair, I was like, oh, he's dead. That's kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Psycho.
Wow.
Psycho.
He's dead. That's kind of
Good,
cool.
good riddance.
I think like you're saying like, oh, like
It was
ki-
unexpected.
It kind of, yeah.
And I was like, I
Subverted your
enjoyed it.
expectations.
I enjoyed it every moment of it.
I hate Chewbacca and I hate Wookiee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, literally the wound. Ooh, that's kind of cool.
He's not dead, bro. He's alive.
He's dead.
He's alive and well.
He's dead. He's
dead.
dead so for sure.
He's dead. So
I mean,
that puts our number at 3 dead Jedi.
and there were like 8 other Jedi, so I'm like, I think we're gonna hit our number for sure. We hit our Plo Koon number. I thought I said no at first, so when he showed
Is that
up,
Plo Koon though?
it's not.
I don't think they didn't.
There's
say
no
his
way
name.
that's not Plo Koon.
That's not Plo
There's
Koon,
no way
bro.
that's not Plo
They
Koon.
didn't say him in the. They didn't say it in the thing.
Oh, they
Credits?
What did they say? Jedi
it's just
something?
saying, it's just Jedi.
That's Plo Koon. It has to be. There's no way you put that dude in there and you're like,
It's
it's Joe Koon.
Yeah, it's his
No
boy.
way, bro.
Joe
No
Koon.
way. That's Plo Koon. I'm taking the points.
Nah.
We're all getting the points.
Did we all say yes?
We all said yes.
Oh, we did?
I checked.
Even Mick?
Yeah.
Oh, then
Then
it doesn't matter.
Because I
But
looked.
yeah, that's Plo Koon.
Because I saw him and I was like, gosh dang it. I said no on Plo Koon. And I kept like, the next scene, I was like, I can't believe I didn't say yes. And Chris was like, are you going to get over it or what? And then I looked, I was like, oh, I'm good. Now, let's watch the show. I can enjoy the show now.
Oh, God.
That has to be. There's no way it's not Plo Koon.
I don't know,
But
bro.
didn't say him. Maybe it's because he didn't have any lines.
Right. Yeah. That's why. In the next episode, he's
Well,
gonna
we'll
say
see when he gets
he's
killed.
gonna say, "Oh snap!" Oh yeah,
He gets killed. His head gets cut off.
and I'm gonna be like, "I can't believe these guys don't even know Star Wars. Don't they know?"
They totally short kid.
But yeah, so I'm gonna be upset if it's not Plo Koon, and then we're all gonna get minus points. But I think overall the episode, there were things that I enjoyed about it. It did. I do agree with you that it was kind of janky. I feel like the cuts were very weird sometimes. Like, I feel like they did it later with May and is it Jackie? I can't remember the Padawan's name. They were like having a conversation, and then she was like,
And she puts her hand on her.
Sorry.
yeah, and then it goes, ooh, and then it goes into like it was just like a weird cut. But otherwise,
It was also weird. The cuts were weird when it was like, where are these people at?
what do you
You
mean?
know, like they're like the little dude runs off.
He was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that guy was awesome. The tracker.
Basil or whatever, Basil or something.
But so he runs off. They can't find him. It cuts to May, you know, and they're talking, and then it
there's
cuts to the back, and then you hear the screams,
Yeah.
and then it cuts back to him, and he's like in his. So it's like you guys are all like in the same kind of area, but
Same
not
vicinity,
really.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then like she leaves him there. She goes, then she's with them. Then they hear scream. You know,
Yeah.
I just felt it was like.
It seems a little jarring, like not
Yes.
smooth.
And the kind of exposition of, I do think what they're setting up is, it's a little on the nose, and I hope it's not, but that one guy,
Yeah, we know.
Kamir or whatever, I feel like he's the one in the suit.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's the master. I think he's,
Really?
yes. I think what the reveal is going to be is that he's the guy in the mask, but he's the apprentice. There's still a master, and he's training her unbeknownst to the master. So he's making his own acolyte. Does that make sense?
But she talked. Oh, you're saying he's posing as the master always? So her interactions with the master was always
Are with him. And so I think what's going to happen is he's going to get killed and it's going to be revealed at the end that there's a real Sith master, and that he is going to find Plagueis to be his apprentice, his new apprentice. Does that make sense?
in
Yeah.
4 episodes.
Because I think that would be like the reveal at the end. You get Plagueis, and then you're like, okay, we're moving forward with the story of Plagueis, which they've teased around for a while. And ultimately, you could get a show that would be Palpatine and the whole Plagueis arc. But I think this might be a way to set it up. I think that's what they're going to do is the reveal is going to be like, oh, it's going to be like lame. He's actually the guy. That's kind of lame, but it turns out he's just the apprentice, and there's a big bad. That's what I think they might happen.
Yeah. I hope so, because I feel like it's just too obvious.
Yeah,
Like I feel like
revealed.
they're overplaying it. Like, oh, I'm a bumbling idiot. Like I knock stuff over, and just the way he talked to her in this episode, where he's like, "Wait, what were the rules again that you had to do?" You know what I mean? Like the questions he was asking
Well,
are
he's
all
been doing the whole thing, like even with like Jedi. He knows too much about the Jedi and what they believe. He gave her the poison. He knows all about that kind of. You know, it's like
He also gave her the. She was like, "Have you seen him without his helmet on?" And he's like, "What? You know I haven't." Oh my gosh! Look over there. Hey, look at the forest. You know what I mean? Like it's too on the nose. So I think I would probably be like disappointed if he ends up being like that was the big reveal. It's like he's the master. I'd be like, hey, it's kind of lame.
Yeah.
So I hope that they're it's a red herring. They're like playing their high hand pretty hard, and hopefully it's something else.
I think he's the guy in the mask that shows up.
You think
but
so?
I don't. Yes, I think the guy right now with the teeth. I
Yeah.
think that's him, but I don't think he's.
You don't think he's the master. So you're saying he is the guy with the lightsaber.
Yes,
but it's going to be revealed that he's
that there's someone else above him.
Right, but the guy who has the mask and the lightsaber, who is her master technically, is him.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that's
100%.
him. And then
Yeah, I don't
the
think it's
reveal
any-
is going to be that.
Yeah, if there's
Something
another
else
master
bigger.
above him, cool, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah, but he's under that
but
mask.
for sure. Because how else would he beat her to the spot?
He's already there. Magic Man.
Nah,
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bummed, I think, if that's the case.
that's the case, and I'm already bummed.
I did. I think that was the coolest stuff at the end, like that shot
way
from
he shot
behind
from
where
behind
he
where
was
he's
like
got-
kind of
coming
floating
floating
in.
down.
I
That was
thought
cool.
that was pretty sick.
All the Jedi like.
He looked cool. Like the
What's
mask
that?
looked cool.
They asked. That was
Yeah.
sick. What's that?
Yeah. So all of that stuff's really cool, and I hope. I mean, I think next episode we'll get the culmination of it, which hopefully it's sweet.
Well, I mean, we've seen. I feel like the next 4 episodes is stuff we
All
haven't
brand
seen.
new. Yeah.
Because even this stuff was like shown. All this
Right,
was
we've
shown
all seen it.
to people. Well,
We've all
even
seen it.
the first
seen
4
it.
episodes were shown to people early,
Yeah.
like critics and stuff. So the next 4 are
Brand new.
no one's talked about. No, there's no like leaks or spoilers on it.
Dude, he better start rattling off Sith names when he shows
well,
up.
that's gonna be the way we lose.
I am the apprentice to Darth Bane, Darth Tenebrous, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I said at least 3, did I?
I think I said it too.
And meet my underling,
Darth
Plagueis the
Sacagawea.
Wise. Oh, yeah.
Darth Bojangles.
Well, we haven't seen Whip yet.
Yeah,
We haven't seen Laser Whip,
that shows up.
so we need that.
And we need Yoda.
Well, no, I'm saying from things we've seen.
Yeah, that's the last thing
only
we've seen.
thing we haven't
I
seen
mean,
yet.
That's the last thing.
No, there's some fight stuff. You know, when he throws the and cuts trees. So we're gonna see that
Probably in the next
in
episode.
the next episode, and I assume the light whip is in the same episode. Like
You
she
get-
comes,
you
I think she
seeing Light
comes in
Whip?
at the end and kind of
Light whip.
saves them, exposes who that guy is, and then you're like, oh, that's it. But then the reality is like, oh, there's someone above him for the last 3 episodes.
Oh yeah. And then somehow Plagueis is in there.
Yeah,
I wish you guys. I hope it happens, guys.
and
How,
Han Solo
how
shows
mad
up.
are going to be people going to be when Darth Plagueis doesn't look, he's not a whatever.
The
Is it
long
Mun
head, the long nose
with the big heads?
Yeah.
I mean,
What if he's an Ewok? Like Darth Plagueis the Wise, and he's an Ewok,
This should
dude.
be a normal.
Oh, dang.
Dude. That'd be awesome. But he's all black. He's got red eyes. That'd be sick, dude.
Darth Plagueis the dude.
But he's got a black robe.
Hey, Disney,
black
hit
hood,
us-
sick.
Disney,
red
hit us up,
eyes.
bro.
Yeah,
If you
and
want
he's
good
got like
ideas.
the
And he
black
never-
and white fur.
and he unlocks immortality.
And he's like, have I ever told you the tragedy of Plagueis the Wise?
Let me introduce you to Darth Plagueis, the Wise. And out of He's got a blacked out sandcrawler. That'd be sick.
Good stuff. Anything else on
Anything.
the Acolyte?
Just anything.
I mean, I think it's just okay.
Yeah.
My overall feeling is just it's okay. Kind of interesting to do kind of this prequel thing. Like, well, sorry, before the prequels, 100 years before. I think I like the idea of it because I was like, I just want to see what it was like. What's their interpretation of it? I just want to see some more cool ideas and concepts. It's kind of bummed we didn't get to see.
Yeah.
What's his name? Kalnaka or whatever his name is.
I also feel like they really like talked up the action scenes and the fight scenes and the choreographies, and I'm like, it hasn't really been that much of it.
I mean, his
Like, even this
his force
episode-
push was bad. It was really big and it
but
looked
it was just
cool.
really quick.
Yeah.
And then I did like the little scarab things on the trees looked creepy. And I liked what she's doing. It's like, I'm feeling the Force again. I could feel that. Like, they're kind of playing with that. But I don't know. It hasn't been for a Star Wars show that has one of the highest budgets, 180 million. And this whole like setup of this is going to be like Jedi and, you know, action and all this kind of stuff. And I just feel like it hasn't delivered in the first 4.
Maybe they're saving up all their money on the last 4 episodes. Because
I think so.
I saw those like CGI with those spaceships landing. I was just like, bro,
That CGI did look pretty janky.
like
I'm not
I
gonna
was
lie.
watching it. This is the number one thing I always watch is where are the shadows and do they conform to the stuff that's underneath it? There was like no shadow.
Yeah, because they're too.
And then when they got really close, then you saw some shadow. And I was just like,
leaves.
bro.
I will say I like all the sets. Like it doesn't. I think we said this last time
That's
too.
minus the CGI.
It doesn't feel like a volume show.
Yeah.
And like I like this forest set and stuff like that. Like it looks like they're on location for most of these. But yeah, I did think that plane. Yeah.
That CGI looked jank and really it looked lower res than real life, obviously. But like, and even when they're outside the ship and it's just in the corner of the shot, it just looks so fake. The shadows look good there, but it looks so fake. And I was like, I just can't get away. Gosh, I wish I could just not look at that stuff. I'd have a better time probably. So, but yeah. Hey, 4 more episodes. Do you guys think that she's going to be, she being May, do you think they're going to try to redeem her? Do you think she'll turn down the darkest path?
I mean, it already seemed like he was trying.
She's
to
trying
do
to
the right
redeem,
thing
but there's
because
no way
wants
she
to
gets
be.
redeemed, right? Or do you think they redeem both of them? They both become Jedis?
I think May dies.
May dies sacrificing for Osha, right?
And Osha
Also dies.
goes to the dark side.
Okay, sick. I mean, she's feeling it, you know, and she's too old
Because there's a part in there where Soul says, when we get back to the ship, I'll tell you the truth.
Mhm.
And I think that's what's going to
Turn
take her to
her.
the dark side. So Oshi is like, oh, my sister's back. I'm going to turn myself in. I think she's going to die. Osha's going to learn the truth about what happened.
The truth is,
And she's going to be like, oh, you guys lied this whole time. You killed...
I think they killed all the witches.
You killed my parents.
Yep.
And then she's going to be like, and you lied to me this whole time, and you were never honest with me. You guys call yourself the good guys, and then I think she's going to go and become the
and
acolyte.
her name will be Darth Plagueis. The twin.
Oh.
Let's go.
Dang, dude.
That's going to make
They be
the
mad.
haters freak. Yeah, I think you're dead on there.
I mean, that would be interesting.
If that's right, you get a bonus point.
Did you guys
You're gonna need it.
did you guys feel that her turn was too quick?
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah.
She's been murdering Jedi and being angry,
Yeah.
and now she's like, I'm going to turn myself in.
You know
and
what?
kill Anakin
Maybe I
instead of-
made a mistake. Yeah.
I thought it was an interesting decision, but I think there needed to be more in order to make it more meaningful or make more sense. Overall, I think it's an interesting decision that she makes, but yeah, it's felt pretty like okay.
It's not super impactful. Yeah, I think it's kind of
Just kind of out of the blue. She's like, "Hey, wait a second!
Yeah.
I realized after hiking with you for this whole time, I don't need to do this anymore."
yeah.
Like, okay,
You actually set me up with an impossible quest.
yeah,
This is kind of BS.
Well, and it makes...
I'm going light side.
It changes the whole point of the whole dark side thing, because
Yeah.
with Anakin...
She's basically Anakin. by the way.
Palpatine says, you know, like, basically, you got to give yourself into the dark side. So after the whole thing, like, where Mace Windu gets killed, he's like, go and take care of these people. Like, he has to murder people and, you know, to get into the dark side more, right? The more you do evil things.
Yeah.
So it's like she's
So
already killed 2 Jedi.
So
She's
technically,
going down
she
the
only
path.
killed one.
Right. But
Right. Let's
then...
get that straight.
But it's
And
like,
she deserved it.
the whole point is you're doing that kind of stuff, and then to be like, you know what? Yeah, this is stupid. When you're already going take out the third person.
Yeah.
Also, it seemed like from at least the flashback that she was kind of a crazy person
Yeah.
in the first place. Unless that's like, oh, it wasn't her. She was being controlled or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll have to see how it plays out.
She buys into cults pretty easily. So why not Sith?
It's true.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice. Well, that's going to do it for our episode of the Nerd Age Podcast. We'll be back next week with more Acolyte, and whatever news drops, we'll find out.
Yep.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You can find us on TikTok. You can find us on X, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Thank you so much. See y'all next week.
See you.
See ya.